Hi everyone, my name is Pranav and I'm a global public health researcher. When we think about this year's theme, Ideas to Impact Global Health in Action, we don't need to look much further than what's already going on in the world around us. As the causative agent of COVID-19, SARS-CoV-2 has infected 37 million people and has led to over 1 million deaths globally. Although public health interventions such as physical distancing and widespread closures have slowed the transmission of COVID-19, these measures are associated with an unsustainable social and economic burden, especially in densely populated settings. Vaccination therefore represents the optimal long-term solution to reducing the devastating impacts of COVID-19. While I could probably speak on the subject for well over an hour, I'll limit myself to the thematic interests of our conference. So, thanks to rapid responses from a vast array of global bodies, more than 190 vaccines have been launched into development, and some have begun displaying signs of promise. In particular, the current pandemic has been grounds for many innovations, not only in how vaccines are developed, but also which vaccines are developed. In addition to common vaccine platforms, DNA, RNA, and non-replicating viral vector vaccines have been highlighted as viable candidate vaccines. So the largest paradigm shift has been moving through vaccine development stages in parallel. That is, beginning phase 1 clinical studies while concurrently testing vaccine candidates in animal models. We see a trade-off here because although it hastens vaccine development, this practice is inherently costly and assumes a large financial risk on the part of developers and funders. The actions taken by the global community in tactical global health governance will not only determine the course of the remainder of the pandemic, but also inform our response to future global health emergencies. So with this in mind, some areas critical to sustainable impact are the ethical design of clinical trials for COVID-19 vaccines and ensuring that global demographics are well represented. As well, securing globally equitable access to vaccines will be essential. The COVAX facility is a novel vaccine development program that aims to achieve this. So far, as many as 171 nations have joined the program to support equitable access to COVID-19 vaccines for rich and poor countries alike. Lastly, communicating the case for vaccination in an arena of vaccine hesitancy presents a challenge when misinformation is so ubiquitous. With the unprecedented rapidity of vaccine development being discussed across media, it's understandable that the public is concerned about safety. Approaches that prioritize a psychological shift in public thought about COVID-19 vaccines through a coordinated early response by public health experts, healthcare workers, and government leaders are needed most. Ultimately, global challenges demand global thought. The mandate of global health is to prioritize the achievement of health equity for all people worldwide. The COVID-19 pandemic has demonstrated the borderless nature of disease within our hyper-globalized world, and solutions generated towards the pandemic must address this reality.